Hello, my name is Miranda Wise, and I'm the writer and producer of the story that you are about to watch. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and share. Okay, so I hope you all enjoyed the show as much as I enjoyed writing it. And take care. I'll see you on the other side. Bye bye. Part 7, Chapter 29. February 1989. So many changes had occurred in the company within the last 5 years. By then, Clyde was 37 years old. Herbert, also 37, had completed his 12-step program and decided to quit music sadly. Vernon, now 39, had worked things out with Jennifer, and instead of returning to the road, he worked on the sitcom studio in production. He loved returning home every single night. Every so often, Herbert would visit the company to hang out with the guys, but he refused to return to the mic. Tommy had gotten married and bought a second home in Alexandria, Virginia. He worked in A&R and produced music. He had written several hits that some of the artists had performed. Clyde arrived at the studio and had just stepped off the elevator on the 6th floor when Tommy approached him. It was as if he had been waiting for him.
"Where did you come from, Tom? And how much coffee you been drinking already?"
He noticed how keyed up his friend was. Tom held several documents in his hand and said,
"I just called your house. I got something for you. You do know I got a mobile phone now, right?"
Tom hurried down the hallway in front of his friend, causing Clyde to hurry behind him.
"You ain't gonna believe who's making a comeback,"
Tom said over his shoulder.
"Who? And won't you slow down, man?"
Instead of answering, Tom stopped at recording room 6E and turned the knob. Inside was beautiful Tessa Devereaux, one of the sisters from First Delegation and David Devereaux's third daughter. She sat behind the soundboard, kicking it with the technician.
"Ta-da!"
Tom said. Tessa looked up and said, "Oh, hey, Clyde. How you doing?"
"Hi, Tessa,"
was all he could manage as he tried to swallow that lump in his throat. Tessa, who was now 27, had been away from the company for years after that ordeal with that drug dealer, Scotty. Massive reddish-brown curls hung around her shoulders and down her back. She had large brown eyes, and she and Cardiane, her sister, looked very much alike. Her rosy lips parted, showing beautiful white teeth, when she was about to say something to the technician, but Tommy spoke up, interrupting her.
"So, Clyde, I was telling Tessa about this song. I wrote this one for you and Tessa. You know she just returned recently. She needs material. Patrice thinks it would be a good idea for both of you."
Clyde looked at the song. The title was This Time.
"This is a romantic song, Tom."
And? Right? You're not afraid of me, are you, Clyde?
"No, I'm not."
She stood. Clyde realized she was much shorter without those heels. They always wore heels, but he had heard that she didn't record in her shoes. She had twin daughters, but was not married. Yolanda and Tawanda were married, but he had heard that Cartier and Johnny were getting a divorce. Cartier decided not to return to music. There were 3 other sisters, Nikki, who was a rapper, Alice, and Darcelle. All of them were in the industry. All of them had their own style, and they sometimes collaborated with each other. "Okay, let's get on it, will we?" Tessa made her way to the recording booth. Clyde held up his hand and said,
"Wait, I haven't even looked through this yet."
"You need to take that out with your friend over there."
"Feisty, are we?"
he muttered under his breath. He watched her head towards the booth. She wore a red sweater and matching colorful flowing skirt, making her look so feminine. Her full lips puckered as she adjusted the microphone. Clyde noticed every nuance of her. She was beautiful. Her twin's father had to be the stupidest guy on the planet. She gave him a quick rundown on the rhythm of the song and told the tech to start the music to give him an idea so they can run through it before recording. Clyde loved that music. He was really feeling this one. And this would be his first duet with a woman, a very beautiful woman.
All right. Okay.
So what do you think, Clyde?
I think let's get started. Ooh, baby. Oh, darling. My heart in the middle of the night is on you. Your love was too much for me to lose. I'm so sorry for hurting you. So this time,
Will you be a loving man?
this time,
Will you do everything you can?
this time,
Will you do everything you can? I was so hurt when I found out. The stabbing pain made me wanna shout. I've given all my love to you.
oh baby,
My tears were like the morning dew, but this time,
I will be a loving man.
this time,
I would do everything I
this
can.
time. They sang that song all the way to the end in one take. Clyde was feeling it so much. He almost felt like he was singing to someone he actually loved. And when they did the replay, he could hear his emotions all over the song. Tessa was an awesome vocalist, and he felt honored to collaborate with her. But he had one question.
Where is this song going? On Tessa's new album?
It's my Just Tessa album. Clyde proffered his hand and said,
Congratulations, Tessa. Congratulations on your new solo career, and it's good to see you back.
her lips broke into a smile and she said, "Thank you. Now, I hope you'll be able to tour with me once this album is done. You'll be available?"
Sure, I'll be there. Just let me know.
Okay, I'll make sure it's on my playlist. Let me know the numbers you request for this, okay? And I am my own manager.
Okay, Tessa, I will.
Touring with her was revenue, and Clyde realized she could bring in the crowds. People in the country loved her and her sisters. "I'm leaving, Brandon. Bye," she said, grabbing her purse and coat. She slipped on her heels and headed towards the door. Clyde found himself following her.
Hey, Clyde, you got one more recording next week.
Tom told his friend as he passed him on the way out the door.
What? Another one? Yeah, with her.
Clyde noticed the impish look on Tom's face. He was so disingenuous sometimes. However, he grew excited. But he suddenly realized Tessa had gotten away from him. He hurried out of the studio. She was already rounding the corner at the end of the hallway on her way to the elevator, and he called behind her.
Tessa! Tessa!
She stopped, turned in his direction.
I'll walk you to your car.
"Clyde, it's not like I'm in danger. We have gates surrounding us."
Well, you never know.
He helped her into her coat and she thanked him. He pressed a button and then said,
I think we did real good back there. It was a one-take wonder for a song like that.
She smiled and said, I do too. How are the rest of the guys doing? I've seen Vernon around, but I never see Herbert.
He visits every so often.
Yeah, I get it. The industry is a lot of pressure. They rode down to the lobby and out the front door.
Maybe we can go out for dinner sometime?
That sounds good, but I'm focused on getting off the ground again. You understand. You know how it was when you returned to music.
Yeah, I do understand.
She opened the door of her 1987 black Nissan Pathfinder and hopped in.
Be safe, and thanks for including me on your album.
And thank you too, Clyde. We got one more, remember?
Yeah, Tom told me.
He closed her door and she pulled off. He watched her exit the gate. He wanted to kiss her so badly. Those girls were now women, real women. He wondered what David would say if he dated one of his daughters. Chapter 30.
You really serious about not returning to music?
Clyde said to Herbert, who had come up to the studio to visit. He still had access to the building because he was still considered one of their artists, although he had not recorded in nearly 5 years.
Nah, man, nah. Are you staying clean?
Clyde asked. The only habit he noticed Herbert had at this time was smoking Newports. That was bad enough.
Yeah, I'm clean. Then what's stopping you from getting back in? What are you going to do now? Well, going back to work, maybe a 9 to 5. Open me up a business or something like that, you know. Herbert, you're giving up. Clyde, I can't sing no more. Don't you get it? I tried singing the other day. My voice ain't what it used to be. If you give up smoking them Newports, you might regain your vocal agility.
Herbert decided to change the subject.
So how are you and Tessa getting along since y'all been recording? Don't try to change the subject. Just answer the question. Okay, Tessa and I are friends. Yeah, 'cause I hear she's been hanging out with the baby's daddy. The daddy of them twins. Where did you hear that at, Herb? I'm surprised you ain't heard it, buddy. You hear more than I am. No, seriously, where did you hear that at? You know ain't no secrets in this building, man. One of the guys from Love Notes told me.
Herbert was speaking of another R&B group. Clyde shrugged, although he hoped it was not true. He and Tessa were due to hit the road on her second tour. He was not able to go on her first tour because his mother had been hospitalized and he had to travel to Philadelphia. Now he was back in D.C. Maybe if he'd been able to take that first tour with her, her attention would not have been turned to the twins' father because he would have filled that void, or so he hoped. Tommy entered the room where the guys were talking. He carried a notebook with him.
You act like you still in school or something, carrying them notebooks around.
These are songs, Herbert. I'm in demand around here these days.
Hey, Herb, did you tell Tom about your decision?
What? Tell me what?
He's quitting for good, Tom. I gotta go. I'll see you guys later.
Herbert said, standing and putting on his Philadelphia Eagles baseball cap. It was as if he was running from this conversation.
You going so soon? Yeah, I'll catch up with y'all at the next intersection.
He headed towards the elevator. Once the elevator door closed, Clyde turned back to Tommy and said,
I can't believe he quit for good. I know he took a break, but that's holding everyone else up.
Clyde.
What? What? Tommy, what? Tommy. What? What were you laughing at, man?
Clyde, look around you. Things have changed. You're the only one who's still interested in singing. And that's fine. But I'm a songwriter. And I'm not starving at all. Vernon is working
on the new sitcom production, which rated so high last season that NBC wants us back.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying things have changed. We had a good run as a group with Preston Records, but now it's Preston Productions and Recording.
So what are you saying? I mean, I'm still singing. I mean, what are you saying?
I never believed you were that slow, Clyde. This isn't just a record company for music. There are more ways to move around. We're older. We're still young enough to make some dance moves on stage, but we've grown now.
But Tom, I still want to sing.
Then go solo. I don't understand why you didn't do that 3 or 4 years ago. Don't wait for Herbert or me or Vern. People are really vibing off the 2 songs you did with Tessa Devereaux. They know who you are. Keep striking that iron while it's hot.
Tom had written both songs he recorded with Tessa. Now you sound like me. Thanks to you, I got that opportunity with her.
I have plenty more material, Clyde. Launch that first solo album. You'll be successful.
You're guaranteeing my success?
If I'm doing the writing and producing, you know me. I know you. We trust each other.
Hey, those are lyrics right there that you just said.
All I know is we're not finished. But get with me on Thursday so we can go over some of this material. Right now, I'm working with Patrice on some things. She needs a song for one of her episodes.
She ain't writing no more?
She just writes scripts for her sitcoms. But as far as music, no, she ain't writing no more. Not really. She's in full production. And thank God for that. Or maybe I wouldn't even have a job.
Boy, you stupid. Chapter 31, October 1989. Tessa was in demand when it came to music lovers. Clyde was thankful for that, not because he was riding on her success, but because once he launched his solo album, this would be a great segue. He had completed 4 of the 9 songs Tom had written for him, but this was business. Tom would get a percentage of those royalties. Clyde was okay with that because they all had started together. He loved this new collaboration with Tom. He sat in his dressing room. Tessa's youngest sisters, Alice and Darcel, were on this tour, and they were 18 and 16 respectively. They were her backup singers, but they could sing also. The tour opened in Los Angeles. He was nervous. The second number was the song he would perform with her was This Time. They would perform the next 5 numbers, and the final song he would sing with her called Sometimes They Don't Come Back, and that would be the closing song. Tessa knew what she was doing, and she was her own manager. Johnny was gone for good. He and Norman had permanently parted company. He stood in the corridor as the sisters passed him. The 2 youngest spoke and headed towards the stage. Tessa was last. As she passed, she said, "Ready?" With her finger gently touching his chin, she smiled and sashayed away. They were all matching, wearing colorful outfits. How y'all feeling tonight? I got some treats tonight. I hope y'all are ready for me. Then he heard the first song. moved closer to the stage as he could hear the song nearing its end. A technician fixed his earpiece and directed him for the stage. The intro of the song began. The lights dimmed and the audience quieted down.
In the middle of the night is on you. Your love was too much for me to lose. I'm so sorry for hurting you. So this time, will you be a loving man? This time, will you do everything you can? This time, will you do everything you can? I was so hurt when I found out. The stabbing pain made me want to shout.
I know y'all can relate to that song, especially you men out there. Once the song was wrapped up, her sisters returned to the stage and they sang the next few songs.
Sail with me, honey. I know it's only Monday, and when it's Tuesday, with you it's some music, because you're on my mind most of the time, and every Wednesday, for me and you it's Dreams Day. You mean to me, so I put it in a song 'cause it runs so deep. I love your sense of humor and the way you laugh. You cook for me and you run my bubble bath. You're so special to me. So special to me. Nothing matters as long as I'm with you. There is nothing to make our love like you, besides the things you do. But baby, don't change your loving heart.
He returned to the stage. Once he heard Unchanged Heart nearing its end, Tessa again spoke to the audience.
Whew, I'm up here sweating. And from the reception, I'm getting out there, I can tell y'all are feeling really good. But y'all know me, whenever I end a show, I leave y'all with a little something you can't remember forever. Something you're going to be humming and singing while you're traveling home from this concert.
Just before the intro of Sometimes They Don't Come Back, Clyde returned to the stage and the crowd cheered loudly. He walked towards her, crooning out the lyrics. And before they hit that chorus, they faced each other. She hit her verse, and they bellowed out the second chorus before getting to the breakdown.
I want the darkness, my heart is...
Clyde could not describe the feeling he felt singing with her. Tessa was not only mesmerizing, there was something about her that drew him to her. She had magnetic power. Her energy was so positive. People did not really know Tessa. All those people in the audience did not know her personally, did not know how passionate she was, how much she loved her family and her children, did not know girlfriend could cook, and that she was great at mathematics, did not know she had a rough childhood.
Sometimes they don't come back. Did I ever promise you that I would stay for eternity? Oh. It was your actions, baby, that led me down the road to believe. Oh, sweetie, but I have to break it to you that I have to leave. Oh, sometimes
He looked into her beautiful eyes. She stared back at him, and for a moment, he thought she would offer a kiss. Or was she waiting for him to make the first move? What if he did and she slapped him and embarrassed him in front of everyone? However, he imagined they did kiss. Imagine how soft those lips were. Imagine her placing her delicate arms around him. One thing disappointed him, the ending of the song. Those precious moments he shared with her on stage and touring will become a solid treasury in his heart forever. He had had a few girlfriends since moving to Washington, D.C., but nothing serious.
come back to me. No, I can't do that. I will love you more than before. I promise won't do. I guess the love we had before is not the way it was anymore.
The song came to an end. The audience cheered. The duo raised their hands, holding hands. All Clyde could hear was the crowd. Thank you! Thank you, everyone! Thank you! He toured all 7 cities, and their last stop was at the Capitol Center in D.C. By that last tour, he perfected his duets on stage with her. The youngest sisters traveled with them the entire time. But the very next morning, he was on his way to the studio to lay down a track for his new CD when he heard it. The Jenna J and Ralph Cook Morning Show. What do you know? So did you see that show last night? Tessa Nay can sing. Her sister Yolanda better watch out. Girlfriend that made her come back. Did I see it? Did I see it? Well, Jenna, you know I was there. I wouldn't have missed that for my mama's famous oxtail soup. You hear me? I mean, the way she just, that girl is smooth. I'm telling you, and when Clyde Lassiter came out on stage, that just made it. You know what, Ralph? You know what? What? Okay, so stay with me on this one. They ought to call them two Bonnie and Clyde. Girl, you know what? You retarded. No. Wait a minute. Hold up. Stay with me on this one. You think something's up with them two? I mean, the chemistry was strong, baby. You know what? I wouldn't doubt it, though. I wouldn't doubt it, especially that last song. Did you hear that last song? That's what I'm saying, Ralph. That's what I'm saying. You know what's up? Yeah, I don't care what's going on. All I know is that me and my wife love both of them songs. You hear me? Me too. This is Jenna J and Ralph Cook as the sound of the nation's capital rolls with PGC. February 1990, Clyde and Tessa won Grammys for Best Song by a Male-Female Duo for This Time, Best Song by a Group for Sometimes They Don't Come Back, and Best R&B Song for Sometimes They Don't Come Back.
3 Grammys! 3 Grammys! Oh, thank you, Tessa. Thank you so much.
And thank you, Clyde. Thank you, too. Clyde said he hugged Tessa. He knew he had her and Tom to thank for all of this. This would really help his solo career because, as Tom said, we're not finished. Chapter 32, May 1990. Vernon and his family pulled in front of the house in their Suburban. The eldest girl was now 17 and the twins were 15. Vernon and his family had taken a vacation to celebrate them both turning 40. Time was really slipping by. They had been together since age 16. They'd had their ups and downs, but they worked them out. He headed inside the house and checked his voicemail. He now had a mobile phone given to him by the company. He received 2 messages on his voicemail. The first one, message received May 2nd, 1990. Vern, this is Tommy. Just calling to see if you and the family are still out of town. Just checking on y'all. But hey, when you get in, give me a call. I have something I want to run by you. Second message. Received May 10th, 1990.
Vern, this is Herb. Call me back. I'm in the hospital at Georgetown.
That call had come in the day before. Jennifer looked alarmed, having heard the message. Vernon viewed the caller ID and realized a call from Georgetown Hospital had come in. He called the hospital and asked for Herbert Hill's room number.
Hey man, I'm glad you called me back. Are you okay? I'm making it. I'm making it.
Vernon knew that was not true. He wouldn't be hospitalized if he were making it.
What's going on, Herb? I didn't want to say over the phone.
Okay then, I'm on my way up there.
Can you do me a favor?
Sure, what's up?
Don't tell the other guys. Let me talk to them first, okay? And let me talk to you first.
All right, I'm on my way. Jennifer accompanied her husband to D.C. They headed up to his room. He was lying in bed. The first thing Vernon noticed was the tremendous weight his friend had lost. Herb was always around 180, 190 pounds and 5'11". He looked like he had dropped 20 or 30. Vernon rushed to his side and said,
What's going on, Herb? I've stage 2 cancer, man.
What?
Yeah.
Cancer of what? Where is the cancer?
My lungs.
Vernon closed his eyes and let out an expletive.
No.
When did you find out?
Well, I couldn't get rid of a cough for about a month. I found out a week ago.
Vernon wondered if that was the reason he had decided to quit singing. He remembered Herbert telling him that whenever he tried to sing, he found it hard to catch his breath, and he was often winded whenever he walked up a flight of stairs. Can they do anything?
Yeah, I start chemo in 2 days. Come here, man. Come here.
Vernon hugged his friend, tears stinging his eyes.
Lighten up, Vern. It's not like they gave me a week to live.
Vernon wiped his eyes and said,
I know, but cancer. Cancer, it's cancer. When are you going to tell Clyde and Tommy? I'll call them sometime later, but I wanted you to know first.
Vernon made himself comfortable in the chair next to his friend. He placed his hand on Herbert's shoulder. They had been through so many things together. They had grown up together. Vernon was like the big brother of the group. Herbert then reminded him of the time they first met.
Yeah, you were 8 and I was 6, and some bigger kids was picking on me, and you kicked some butt, Vernon. You still got it, though. Yeah, and they never mess with you again, either. Nope. But hey, man, keep doing what you're doing. Keep pushing forward. Do it for me. But I'm sure I'll come out on the other side of this healthy and alive.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Vernon smiled, hugged his friend again. Before he left, he made Herbert promise he would tell the others.
Chapter 33. The guys had visited Herbert in the hospital until he was released. Tommy decided to take him for his chemo treatments. Things were beginning to look up, although Herbert was often tired. By July of 1990, Clyde had finished his first album. But there was one more song Tom wanted him to record.
Tom, you wearing me out, man. If I sing anymore, I'm going to pass out. I'm already losing my voice.
Oh, man, cut it out, Tom said as they headed down the hallway to recording room 5A. He opened the door. A technician was behind the soundboard, and to his surprise, Tessa and Yolanda were in the booth where there were 4 microphones. It was no wonder Tommy chose this recording room. This is where the groups often recorded. By then, Clyde was fully aware that Tessa had been hanging out with the twins' father. He was selective when it came to choosing women, and so far, he had not met a woman like her. But life was life, and he had to live it. The only alternative to life was death, and he chose life. Maybe one day he would find a woman he wanted to spend the rest of his life with. He was now 38. And he did not have forever to decide. But for now, he was content as a single man.
What are these girls doing here, Tom?
Instead of answering, Tom shoved him some sheet music. Clyde read the title, "We're Not Finished." Clyde smiled. Tom often said that. And the last day they visited Herbert in the hospital, he said those words. Vernon then entered the room, and Tom handed him a copy of the music.
Oh, so you in on this too, Vernon? Yep. Oh, well then that's what's up then.
Clyde slapped hands with Vernon. He'd noticed that the song was written in 4-part harmony.
This is starting to feel like a group again,
Vernon said. They ran through the song a few times with the music playing behind them. Some things had to be rearranged because Tessa was so meticulous when it came to music, whereas Yolanda was way more flexible, but they got it done, and when they replayed it, they all celebrated. The bass came in, and Tessa's voice came in strong, humming the intro. Then Clyde had the opening lyrics. Tessa was second, Yolanda was next, and Vernon was the fourth. Then the guys hit the chorus with the piano leading them. After they hit the chorus, the sisters came in on the chorus.
This is a guaranteed hit right here. This is a guaranteed hit, y'all,
Vernon boasted, and Tom cut in and said,
It sure is. And guess what, guys?
What?
This is going on your album, Clyde.
For real.
This is going on
For
your
real.
album.
Say what now? For real. For real. The sisters smiled and nodded in agreement. So was this the surprise? Was this the surprise?
You know it. Yep, and guess what? Yolanda and Tessa will tour with you on this one.
Oh, you know I am all the way in, okay?
Clyde smiled at her and said, "Thanks, Tessa. Thanks."
He proffered his hand for a handshake, but she said, "Oh boy, give me a hug. Come here."
She felt so good in his arms, he had to let go. This was killing him, but he knew he'd get over it one day. However, their professional relationship was great. The group performed We're Not Finished at Clyde's first tour since becoming solo. They got so much reception from the audience. The song surged to number 2 on the R&B charts and number 3 on the pop charts. Rolling Stone magazine said this was a masterpiece of the century.
As long as you live, you will see. Poverty will take part. See, failures you will be. We're not finished. We're not finished. We're not finished. We're not finished.
The lights dimmed after the 4 of them took a bow. Clyde was not only thankful, but appreciated the hard work of his friends, the new relationship he cultivated at Preston Records. Although Tessa's romantic interests led her in another direction, his professional relationship with her remained for years to come. Vernon and Jennifer celebrated their 20th wedding anniversary in 1991. Herbert's cancer went into remission and he launched a cleaning business in Virginia. Tom continued writing music and became one of the best songwriters of the years to come, had even written music for new groups that sprang up during the 1990s into the Y2K era. Only 2 words Clyde could describe as to the reason for this new direction the 4 friends had embarked on: Preston Records.
And then you see results in the end. We're not finished. We're not finished. We're not finished. We're not finished. We're not finished.
Hello. I see you are still here. If you made it this far, that means you enjoy Preston Records, the story of Midnight Velvet. Let me take these off because I see a reflection here. So, don't forget to like and subscribe and tune in for another story I have coming next week, and that is called Trilogy of Soul, and it's about a trio who sign on with Preston Records as well, and we'll see how things work out for them, put it that way. So I'm glad that you enjoyed the story, and I hope that you enjoyed the music. Someone asked me about where do they get to find the music that I put in the story, and I'll keep you all posted on that. But don't forget to like and subscribe, like I said,
And check out my books on Audible under Miranda Wise. There's one called David and Queenie. There's one called Pierre. And then there is another one called A Life Like No Other. And that focuses in on the Norman Preston record label. And it kind of goes into how Yolanda and them came about. So hopefully you did enjoy the story. If you made it this far, you actually must have. Okay, so this is not the end of it. I have more to come. And please subscribe and share. Okay? All right. Take care and bye-bye.